Come on, pick up the phone. Oh, here we go. Hello? Oh, dagnabbit, answer machine. Well, I reckon I ought to leave a message then. Hello, this is the Hillbilly Scribs, and this here is a phone call I didn't ever think I would be making. As you may or may not be aware, the powers that be here in the MTFO have given me a new show. It's an interview show called the Hillbilly Hangout. And the purpose for this show is to shine a spotlight on and highlight different members of the league. And I hate to say it, but the folks in charge want me to interview you, Ruby. So here's the deal. We're going to do this thing this week. I'll get you on the show and let you tell your story so all of our viewers can get to know you. And that's it. So I guess I will see you this week. Hillbilly out. Man, just like my cousin Lando always said, this deal is getting worse all the time. Howdy folks, this is your good friend Hillbilly Scribs with you for another one of these here episodes of the Hillbilly Hollar. And y'all know what we do. We're going to take a look at everything that happened last week in the MTFO, and we'll talk about what's coming up in the next week here in the Movie Trivia Face-Off. And I gotta tell you, we have got a good show for you folks today. But we'll get into all that here in just a minute. First, let's take a look at what happened last week. Now, our first match we had last week, seen that there Robert the Hobbit Parker go and continue his winning streak and improve to a 2-0 Geese-tacular record by defeating that there Hot Fuzz Joe Farrelly. Now, later in the week, our Geese-tacular matches continued as we had us a family face-off in the Geese-tacular division, as we seen that there Spaniard feller, David Garcia, defeat his sister, Leire the Pixie Garcia. Man, those were some dang good matches. I didn't mention it a while ago, but that there Hobbit went and knocked out Hot Fuzz. That's right. They didn't even make it to the third round. So, you know, that Robert Parker fella, he continues to impress, and he continues to show us all why he is one of the powerhouses, really, in all of the fan leagues. Now, don't be fretting about Hot Fuzz Joe Farrelly. He still has a very impressive record. And honestly, there ain't many people that could go up against Robert Parker and get a victory. So, don't worry, you will be seeing more of Mr. Farrelly here in the MTFO. And I do believe he's going to go places. Now, our other match, the Garcia family feud, saw the Spaniard feller TKO his sister. That's right. So that was also a very decisive victory. Now, again, I would not worry about the Pixie. This is her second match here. If you folks remember, she did one of them their frenzy matches last weekend. And, you know, the more of these matches she does, the better she's gonna get. And not just that, you know, her brother, the Spaniard, he is one of the most dominant players in this league in the Geese-tacular division. So, you know, if he's got her under his wing, she is going to get scary good really quick. So she's definitely one to keep an eye on here in the MTFO. All right, so that's pretty much all that happened last week. Now, we got a lot to talk about this coming up week. We got a lot to talk about in the next 2 weeks, but I think for this show, we're just going to focus on what's coming up this week. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, coming up this week on Sunday, the 15th of December, we're going to have us another one of them there double headers. And this time, y'all remember this? That's right, we're going back to the Singles Championship tournament. Now, this thing got a little confusing, so we're just going to ignore everything on the left side and focus on the right side. And these 4 competitors are going to be going after it to see who will be in the championship match at the end of the year. Now, the first one of these matches is going to see that there Savage Scott Harvey, who has a 2-0 record in singles division, go up against that there Mr. VHS, Nazario Montenegro, who also has a 2-0 record. Now, our second match is going to see that there Maestro Jake Marangoni with, guess what, 2-0 record as well, go after it with that there Carmel Mountain Mr. Ryan Payne, who may only have a 1-0 record, but still has the best hair in the league. Those are going to be some really good matches, folks, so I would definitely pop up some popcorn on Sunday and get comfy and check them out. Now, y'all may be wondering about why we just chose to use one side of the tournament, and that was one of the things that our multiple divisional commissioner, that there Spaniard David Garcia, talked about a little while back ago when he made his big announcement. Now, speaking of big announcements, check this out. Now, as many of you folks know, I recently started doing a second show called the Hillbilly Hangout, and it's an interview show. And this week, on Wednesday the 18th of December, I sit down with that there Spaniard feller, David Garcia, our multiple divisional commissioner, and he lays another big ol' announcement on us. So check it out. I gotta tell you folks, that was a pretty interesting interview. You guys need to definitely watch it. Definitely has some implications. I think that's the right word. Definitely has some implications for the league moving forward and for the end of the year. You know, that big old event that we're doing. So definitely take a peek at that. Good stuff there. And keep an eye out, because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these interviews. So good stuff is coming. Wow, seems like that's probably enough stuff for this week. That's already a lot, right? Well, guess what? We got more. That's right. On Friday, the 20th of December, we're going to have us another one of them there double headers. And this time, it's in the Star Wars division. That's right. We got 2 matches coming up to determine who's going to be in the championship match at the end of the year. Match 1 sees that there Midnight Marauder, Antonio Chavez, go up against that there rascal, Kees the Grand Admiral, Cornelisse, from the League of Shadows. And match number 2 sees that there Spaniard feller, David Garcia, going up against the Arsonist, Burnz. And I gotta tell you folks, I am really looking forward to these matches. There you go, folks. We got a lot of stuff going on this week in the MTFO. It's gonna be jam-packed and should be very entertaining. And it's gonna set up a lot of stuff for the big end of the year event. So I can't wait to see these matches. So make sure you stay tuned in. Make sure that you do the little like and subscribe thing here on the YouTube channel. That way you'll get a notification as soon as these matches drop and you won't miss them. Now, Seems like there was something else I was going to talk about before I sign off. Oh yeah, I wanted to thank everyone that called in last week and everyone that has mentioned something nice to me this past week. Last week, as you know, was the 25th episode of this here show, and that's quite a lot for someone that barely knows how to do any of this stuff. So I do appreciate all the kind words from everyone. Now, most of the people that called in last week did have nice stuff to say, but there was one feller, I don't know what was going on with him. I don't know if he had a bee in his bonnet or what, but he laid down a challenge to the Hillbilly. Well, I've been in talks with the powers that be here in the MTFO, and I'm going to accept his challenge, but there's going to be some conditions to it, and we're going to use this to try to do some good. So let me tell you all about it. So we're going to start doing some brand new types of matches here in the MTFO, the charity matches. And the purpose of these matches is going to be to raise awareness and to raise funds for different charities. And one of the first charities that we're going to be doing a match with is the St. Baldrick's Foundation. Now, these folks raise money for the sole purpose of funding childhood cancer research. And one of the ways that they raise money is they sponsor these events each year where folks can get their heads shaved to help promote awareness and also to receive donations. So we're going to use this event to help raise awareness and help raise funds to help out all of these kiddos and young folks who are fighting all these terrible diseases that fall under the umbrella called childhood cancer. Now, what I can tell you is this organization does a lot of good work, and the funds they raise do make a difference. So if you take a peek down in the description of this video, there's going to be a link that you can click on, and it'll take you to our fundraising page, and you can make a donation. And you don't have to donate a lot. Every little bit helps. Every little bit does make a difference. So that's something we can look forward to. And you'll get an opportunity to see me defeat that Sandman feller, that rascal John Mariano, and let him have the opportunity to get a free haircut out of the deal. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to see how pretty John's shiny bald head looks. And you know what else? If any of you other folks out there in the league want to put your hair on the line too for a really, really great cause, then reach out to me and we will get you in on this dance. All right, folks. Well, I think that's probably enough for us to talk about today. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming out this week, and we're going to have a lot of stuff coming out the following week. So make sure you tune back in next weekend, and I'm going to be doing a big preview show for our end of year event. And then the end of year event should be coming out, I believe, the last weekend of December. So lots of exciting stuff ahead of us, lots of stuff to look forward to, lots of great matches coming up. So I can't wait to see all this stuff. Well, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So until next time, you folks have a glorious week.